Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It's March 31st, 2020. Happy Tuesday to everyone. There are a great number of lawyers, judges, and other individuals that are scholars on this channel, and I want to bring this to your attention. I think this is something that might be interesting to everyone. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to withhold my personal opinion with regards to this, because not only am I studying this myself, but I also want to see what happens in court as this moves up the chain, or rather gets dismissed. Keep in mind that this particular case is a pro se case, and it has been filed by one Cyrus A. Parsa, along with several other plaintiffs that he's claiming that are actually not individuals, but yet groups of individuals or groups of companies, it appears. The defendants are a great number of individuals, including Google, Alphabet Incorporated, which is who now owns Google, Neuralink, DeepMind Inc., Elon Musk, Tesla, Mark Zuckerberg, and more. The case you can locate through Pacer, and of course the case number is showing here on the screen as 3:2019 Civil 02407. Originally showing to be filed as December 16th, 2019, although it has a 2020 stamp on it on the one that I read. The court is the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of California and includes a whole bunch of other defendants, not just what is listed here on the Justia page. At this point, it's still in its beginning stages, but I'd like to show you the reason why this channel would find this something that would need to have a very careful look on it. First of all, the scenario with this is very, very odd in terms of the claim. And I'm not able to actually find anything but the accusations. I'm not actually able to find any literal proof of what's being claimed here, except for some very small things that may be able to be discounted in other areas. But the major thing about this case is the claim that these group of people are suing for $2.5 trillion. These other companies, computer companies, AI companies, whatever you want to call them, in the claims that this all mixes in together with filing against supposed claims that this group of individuals is attempting to turn basically all of our minds into artificial intelligence. This is something that we've heard of many times before. Most of the time, it's been through scams, and in this particular case, that is my immediate instinct. However, as I said, I'm going to reserve my personal feelings on this, or my personal opinion on this at this date. I would like some input from everybody with regards to this, but before we get to that point, let's take a look at a couple of other things. The first thing that I'm going to be linking in the description outside of the Justia page is the CyrusParsaThe, the A.I.Organizaion Twitter account. I'd like for you to be able to take a look at some of the other things that have been claimed in the background. So, for example, you've got a person who has written several books. Several of those books can be located and purchased on Amazon. There are tons of videos that this person has done, and he's also claiming things like this: people programmed to go after the president with artificial intelligence, that Google has set this up, so on and so forth. Here is information with regards to what they believe the actual amount of people that were we'll say put down due to the attack from AI creating this particular illness that we're dealing with right now, and claiming that there are 21.5 million of those individuals. There's also leads over here to specific radio or podcasts. There is a ton of information in this Twitter account regarding things like this particular headline here. There is, of course, information in terms of 5G. There's information with regards to what this person believes about what the world is going through right now. In addition to that, we have several reports from other YouTubers and independent, as they call themselves, independent reporters. We also have down here, when you go a little bit further, we also have some talk about Planet of the Apes. We have the actual first page here that is posted on A.I.Organizaion's actual website about this particular case. I'm going to go ahead and go over there now, which happens to be this particular page from that blog. And you can see here by reading it, there's a great deal of information. Now, this particular case is not difficult to pull up, but it's only in its beginning stages, and it is a it has been filed. However, there's no additional information in it as of yet. There's 16 pages that are listed that this person happens to list. This what is his name again? Cyrus, that he has actually listed. But if you go through Pacer, you'll be able to locate the whole thing. This is kind of a breakdown. I'm not going to read the whole thing of exactly all of the specific defendants, what the case summary facts are. Again, what information I'm finding in here are accusations that do not seem to be able to, you're not able to actually locate any kind of proof whatsoever or any other information that would give you factual information with regards to what has created these accusations, if it's something that is just he's put together in his own mind, or whether this is something where there's actual viable proof for it. So, as you can see, the defendants continue, he continues to post out accusations for the defendants. And then there is a very specific video with regards to this that you can link to, and then you can play that, which is about 6 minutes long. The claim is misuse of artificial intelligence by cybernetics, robots, biometrics, facial recognition, bioengineering, biotechnology, quantum computing, so on and so forth. And it gives you all of what they believe the violations are. But again, no basis in fact that I'm able to locate. Again, more accusations and some more actual federal acts. And as you can see, there's specific hot words that are used in here. All right, so I'm not going to go any further with that. I'm going to go ahead and post all of these links for you. I think this is something many of you would be interested in, and here is that filing that I wanted to tell you about. February 26, 2020 is not actually the same date as the filing date on this particular docket. This shows the same case number with the filing December 16th, 2019. Now, that may be simply because it was drafted at this point, originally filed, but then more filings were done to create more pages in this as an amendment or what have you in March. All right, so moving on, here's the next thing I want you to pay attention to. Here's a GoFundMe that the actual goal is $150,000 goal, and in the original page on his website, he claims this is for service of people. There's been $2,757 that's already been raised with regards to this. This was created January 6th, 2020. So I'm having a little bit of a difficult time even piecing that together with regards to December 19th and then another filing March of 2020. However, I don't know why this keeps happening, but there we go. All right, so this is something that is interesting. There's a Reddit page on it. There are more articles with regards to this. There is a tremendous amount of information pertaining to this, but nothing in the mainstream news. And if you look at it closely, you will actually be able to see that part of what's going on here is the naming people like Rachel Maddow from MSNBC in here, a lot of media outlets. And the majority of this in all of these different areas has to do with donating to this GoFundMe or PayPal. And then there's also, of course, the sale of these books, which seem to be, let's see, I believe this is one here. Yes, this is one of the books here that seem to be all on Amazon, and this is something that's been going on with this person for quite some time. There are a number of books, a number of them. Unfortunately, in this particular scenario, after reading the actual document here, it is something that probably will not continue to go forward in the courts. It's a pro se, of course. As you can see, it says the A.I.Organizaion pro se. It reads very much like you would find in a filing that you would see, maybe a SovSit filing or something of that sort. It's very out of context in certain areas, and I'm just not seeing how this is going to move forward in any way to even be entertained. However, I'm going to keep an eye on it, and I would love for some of the scholars or some of the attorneys to take a look at this and let me know what you think in terms of concern we should have about this, because this is a large following, both on Twitter and on a couple of other social media platforms, including YouTube. This is something that has a lot of people up in arms, believing that this is actually going to take place in some way where they are actually assisting because they believe the conspiracies that are being put forward here. And it's also something that could be rather damaging from the standpoint of financially for people. So I want to make sure that we do take a look at this. Again, I'm reserving my opinion simply because I want to see where this goes. Not necessarily because I am buying into what's being said here, but because I want the actual factual evidence of what the outcome is in terms of it being looked at all. And then we can start maybe asking some questions as to, okay, so where is your actual information that shows some form of proof? When you first read this, you're going to feel like you need a tinfoil hat. It sounds crazy. But there have been things in the past that have sounded crazy that, have been, maybe not this crazy, but have sounded crazy that have had elements of truth to it. So before I put forward any additional information, I would like for those of you that are law scholars to take a look at this, and for anyone interested in these type of dealings to take a look at this. I think this is honestly something that would be very interesting for what we study here on this channel. Okay, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I know my voice sounds a little bit strange. I am not sick, but I am having some problems right now. One of those things has to do with my iron being extremely low. It's very, very low right now, so I'm not feeling well. But I did want to get this out there to you guys. It may be a couple of days before I'm feeling back to normal again. So if I am absent for the next couple of days, please forgive me. I will be back very shortly. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and please take a look at this, okay? All right, you guys. Bye-bye.